Why does it keep saying here, please wait, the stream has not started? ¿Cuál button? Okay. It was a delay. Do I have to refresh it? No, right? Okay. Mr. Hepler?
Yes.
We're ready.
Great.
I don't have to press play on the button. Okay.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to call to order the special magistrate hearings, 9 a.m., September 18th, 2024, Pembroke Park. What I'd like to do is read an opening statement and tell you how these cases will occur. If you've been here before, you've heard it. If not, then there'll be the first time. If you could please also turn off your cell phones or put them on silence. If you have a medical device on your cell phone, do not turn it off, okay? Keep it on, because you want to know if your heart rate, goes to 1 or 2 or your whatever. I'm kidding about that, but whatever it is, or any blood sugar matter or whatever. So keep that on. Otherwise, you can just turn it off. Thank you. There are no weapons of any kind permitted in these chambers or anywhere within these facilities. In all issues coming before the magistrate, we ask everyone show mutual respect for one another by listening quietly to each person speaking, and that everyone refrain from any clapping, heckling, or verbal outbursts in favor or in opposition to a speaker. These are hearings conducted by the town's special magistrate, the purpose of which is to give any alleged violators the opportunity to contest the decision of the code enforcement officer, which resulted in the issuance of this civil violation notice. These hearings are conducted via quasi-judicial manner, and I am the special magistrate assigned to hear today's cases. My responsibility is to act like a trier of fact or a judge, although I'm not a judge and we're not in circuit court or county court. I just listen to the cases, determine whether or not there's a violation of the code provision you've been charged with, and make my ruling accordingly after hearing what the code enforcement officers have to say and what the owners have to say as well. And any contradictory arguments or counter arguments or re-arguments presented by the alleged violators. These hearings obviously are open to the public for anyone to attend. It's required that all persons who testify as to the facts of the case be placed under oath, including the code enforcement officer. These hearings will not be conducted in accordance with the formal rules relating to evidence of witness in Florida. Any relevant evidence will be admitted and considered if I find it to be competent and reliable, regardless of the existence of any common law or statutory rule to the contrary, or even if it's hearsay evidence. All documentary evidence must be submitted for replacement in the hearing file. No documentary evidence will be considered unless the alleged violator or code enforcement officer submits a copy for the hearing file. If you refer to it, you look at it, you use it, it has to be put in the file as part of the public record. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a record of it for future reference and consideration. Each party has the right to call and examine witnesses, introduce exhibits, to cross-examine opposing witnesses on any matter relevant to the issues, even though that matter was not covered in direct examination, to impeach any witnesses, regardless of which party first called him or her to testify, and to rebut the evidence against him. It's my responsibility to make findings of fact based on the evidence of record. The fact-finding determinations of a magistrate are limited to whether the alleged violation occurred, and if so, whether the person named in the civil violation notice can be held responsible for that violation. I may also modify the decision or recommendation of the code enforcement officer as to the time for correction contained in the civil violation notice, even though said time is rebuttably presumed to have been reasonable. I have the authority to assess and order the payment of civil penalties, to issue orders having the force of law, to command whatever steps are necessary to bring a violation into compliance, and to assess administrative costs. In order to make a finding upholding the code enforcement officer's decision, I have to find there's substantial competent evidence that the named violator was responsible for a violation of the relevant section of the code is charged. If I affirm the decision of the code inspector, my order will specify the amount of the civil penalty, the administrative costs of the hearing of not less than $100 if assessed, and the date by which the violation must be corrected to prevent resumption of continuing violation penalties, if any. And every party, including the city, may appeal a final order of a magistrate to the Circuit Court of Appeals. The appeal is not a new hearing or what's called a hearing de novo, but is limited to the appellate review of the record created before the magistrate. An appeal shall be filed within 30 days of the issuance of the order sought to be overturned. The orders are usually signed on the spot within 10 or 15 minutes most of the time. So after the hearing and after the ruling, if you just wait and get a copy, and that'll be the date of the final order. Occasionally, they're not signed, and you'll know that as well. If you're found guilty of the civil violation charge, you'll be assessed an administrative fee of $100. The town representative will present their case first with a notice of violation, any documents, their testimony. You'll have a right to cross-examine if you want, and the alleged violator will present their case thereafter. And the same rules go for that as well. I'll consider the evidence to render a decision after all arguments are heard. If, on the other hand, if you want a contested hearing, you can have it. That's fine. If you don't, if you admit to the violations, and I'm not saying for you to do that, that's entirely up to you, then come up, just say, yeah, I violated it. I need X amount of days to comply, whether it's 30, 60, or 90 days, and then we'll work something out one way or the other. Purpose of these proceedings is not to fine people, but to get compliance. They're expedited proceedings, which is why there's not really extensive cross-examination, and why it's really pretty much cut to the chase and find out what's going on. That's the way 162 Florida statutes was enacted, rightly or wrongly, but that's just the way it is. All right. At this time, I'm going to have a roll call, and then I'll put people, or someone will put people under oath after that. So if we could have roll call, please.
Code Officer Gene Gusson with the Town of Pembroke Park.
Assistant Town Attorney Aileen Ruiz.
Harry Hippler, Special Magistrate.
Nasli Cardona, Code Compliance Clerk.
Warner Chavez with the Town of Pembroke Park.
Okay, you've
Chief
all,
Co-Compliance Officer Jocelyn Ramirez.
sorry, one of the most important persons here. Okay. If you've signed in, that's great. If you haven't, please sign in, or you may be sitting there for the next 4 hours. I don't think you want to do that. All right, I didn't think so. At this time, if you're going to testify, I can go ahead and swear in all witnesses. If you want to rise, rise. If you don't want to rise, stay seated. Just raise your right hand, and if you could affirm. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please affirm.
I do.
Great, thank you very much. And we'll go ahead. Adoption of agenda, deferrals, addition, modification. I will defer to the code people on that. Thank you.
Okay. Code Officer Gene Gusson, The town would like to reflect the adoption of the agenda deferrals, addition, modification, Section 4, Section 4.1, case number 7656, removed from the agenda due to clerical error. Section 4.2, case number 7709, removed from the agenda, respondent comply before hearing. Section 4.3, case number 8773, added to agenda for an abatement of fine. Section 4.4, case number 8778, removed from the agenda, respondent comply before the hearing date. Section 4.5, case number 903333, removed from the agenda, respondent comply before the hearing date. 4.6, case number 9222, added to the agenda for an extension of time. Section 4.7, case number 9379, removed from the agenda, respondent complied before the hearing date.
Okay, I think I've sworn everyone in and you've signed in, please. Okay. All right. Continue. Up to you. Thank you. Call the cases as you see fit.
The first case on the agenda is Section 6.5, case number 8835, Code Officer Gene Gusson for the Town of Pembroke Park. Case number 8835, property owner Warehouse 1800 LLC. Site address 2401 John P. Lyons Lane, Unit E13 to E14, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of violation was sent by regular mail on August 25th, 2023. A notice of formal hearing with a copy of notice of violation was sent by certified mail on August 13, 2024, and posted to the property on August 22nd, 2024, in Town Hall on September 4th, 2024. The initial inspection date of notice of violation was August 25th, 2023. This is a repeated violation relating to case number 4644 and 8051, and final order has been entered into the record. The violations for item 1, operating without a business tax receipt, BTR. Item 2, renovating and combining two work bays together without a permit. As of August 13, there was an affidavit of non-compliance. My recommendation is to give 30 days to comply, or a daily fine amount of $250 per day after, with a $100 admin fee.
Okay, your name, please, ma'am.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Magistrate. It's okay.
Good morning, Mr. Magistrate.
Whatever. Okay.
Monica Ensign, on behalf of the property owner, I am their attorney.
Yes.
And I'm joined here today by the property manager also. Your Honor, this violation was issued, as the code officer indicated, for combining units and for not having a BTR. It is my understanding that there were no combined units, that there had been a re-inspection of that and a notification that the units had not in fact been combined. They also did have a business tax receipt. I have a copy of it. The business tax receipt was issued and it was set to expire at the end of this year. The business tax receipt was canceled. We don't understand why. So it is something we're going to be working on to resolve, to figure out why. I'm happy to give a copy of it to the code officer so she may see that. But we are requesting 90 days of extension of time so that we can figure out what the issue is and to resolve whatever the issue is with that BTR.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if there is enough evidence for a violation. Otherwise, we could certainly continue it. Let me hear what the city has to say, please.
Yes, the BTR was issued for a hobby license. Basically, that unit is conducting automotive repair inside the bay.
Got you.
So it's out of the scope of the BTR.
All right. It was a different business rather than what it was signed up.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
And Your Honor, you'll see that that is actually an issue that we've had in another cases. It is a determination of what is a definition, and that's what we're having to deal with, is as the tenants define. So they're having to go through the process of getting new licenses, including changing licenses at the DBPR level, which the owner has now brought me in to help those tenants through their DBPR process.
Okay. Well, is it a mechanical or whatever whatever.
They do repairs, but it is what they call a hobby because they're not doing it for masses. They are doing for individuals and on certain types of vehicles, not on open to every vehicle.
Okay, are they being paid to do it?
You mentioned the continuance.
No, they're not. It's on personal vehicles and family vehicles.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry. And also, Magistrate, they had applicable amount of time. They previously had 60 days prior to continue this case, just for the record.
Okay, so it's been continued one time as well.
Your Honor, it was continued because the notification of hearing was sent during a time period when I, as counsel, was out of the country. So the continuance was not based on the tenants. It was in consideration of counsel being out of town. And I appreciated that continuation. As I said,
Okay.
I have now been retained to assist them
Yeah.
in trying to get what they need.
Okay, what about their claim that they're just doing it for, what does the code provision say about business-oriented? I mean, it becomes a difference in facts here. They're saying it's for relatives.
Magistrate, are they allowed to do that? They
Okay.
would be allowed to do it, and is there sufficient
Yeah,
evidence to establish that it's for the purpose that that the town is alleging?
Yes, the time of the inspection, as you can see, if you go further, it seems like they're doing automotive repair.
Okay, so those are all the cars that
Yes.
tire, slide or whatever, or,
Correct, that they're working on.
okay.
And Officer Jean, you personally took those pictures?
Yes, I did.
And they're fair and accurate depictions of what you saw on that property on
August 9th.
On August 9th,
Correct.
2024?
Yes, because if it's a hobby, then, most likely they'll be storing vehicles, but not working on vehicles. As you can see, one of the vehicles have front end damage being worked on. The other vehicle has a rear end damage, which is prime and going to be painted. So obviously,
Approximately, how many vehicles did you see?
from this, about 3 in front of the unit bay.
And Officer Jean, you find out whose vehicles these were?
I'm sorry, I think
I
she'll have
apologize.
her
You
time
get,
to.
yeah, go
to
ahead. We'll let her
cross-examine.
finish. All right.
I apologize. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
So, Officer Jean, you said you saw at 3 or at least 3 vehicles there?
Yeah, in front of the unit,
Did you-
directly in front of the unit.
What else did you see when you were on scene?
Basically being worked on, being prepped up to be automotive complete mechanical.
Did you see the vehicles being repaired or worked on, as you're stating?
Being prepped up to be,
Being prepped.
yeah, to be
Do you know who
repaired.
specifically was doing that?
Unit E1314, their bay was open, being ready to conduct the automotive repair.
Okay, is there anything else that you saw while you were there?
That'll be sufficient.
Yeah, when you looked inside from plain view, were you allowed to go inspect the inside or not?
The respondent didn't allow me
Okay.
inside.
All right, whatever. From the outside, what can you tell what kind of machinery is there for the repair shop?
Basically, you can see a ladder, toolbox, machinery, I believe a TV mounted to the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, just paint.
Is that the machinery, is that repair type of machinery?
Correct. To repair automotive, yes.
Okay.
When you say respondent, Officer Jean, who is the person that did not allow you to inspect further?
Basically, contact wasn't really made with the tenant. So basically, on scene, as I approached, they went out of sight.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes, ma'am,
Okay,
please.
thank you. Officer Jean, did you ask whose vehicles they were?
Yeah, when I arrived, the respondent,
Did you run their tags? Do you know who
no, I
owned the
don't have
vehicles?
capability to run a tag. It will be Town Perrin Park Police Department. I have that capability.
So you don't know if those vehicles belong to a family member, if they belong to the unit owner? You don't know who these vehicles belong
No.
to? Did you speak to anybody to find out that these vehicles were being repaired or being looked at within this unit and not just parked there?
Like I mentioned, when I arrived in Scenery, the tenant left
And how do you know it was the tenant?
because they was inside the bay. If you can see the photos, no one is in the photograph, so they just allowed me to take photograph.
But again, how do you know that it was the tenant that took off versus somebody who had come in to drop off their vehicle, a friend or a family member? How do you know it was the tenant that took off if you don't know who the tenant is?
Objection, objection to the question, Magistrate. She's misphrasing the word. She's assuming that the officer does not know who the tenant.
Do you know who the tenant is, sir?
Okay, where you rephrase the question?
Do you know who the tenant is, sir?
No,
Okay, so how do you know that the person that walked away was the tenant?
basically the business was open, and it seemed because they was ready to prep up on the vehicles. And as soon as I arrived on Scenery, they were no longer there. So that was the assumption that they're the tenant.
So it was your assumption that that was the tenant. And what do you mean by prepped up?
The vehicles are being ready to be painted, worked on. The front end damaged vehicle, the other vehicle is ready to be painted.
And what work did you see that, because you were saying prepped up means some action, did you see some action?
Basically, they were going to work on the vehicle. Had I arrived a little later, I probably would have caught them in the act.
But did you see someone doing something to the vehicles while you were there?
They just opened.
Okay, so you did not see anyone doing anything to these vehicles while you were there?
No,
And you did not actually know who the tenant was while you were there?
no,
And you do not know who owned these vehicles?
correct.
So you do not know if these vehicles were owned by the tenant, by a family member? You do not know that?
Yes, because I don't have the capability to run tax.
Which, again, Your Honor, goes back to what I have indicated earlier. We are not disputing that that work is being done there. You asked specifically, was this for a financial gain? This is not for a financial gain. We indicated hobby because this is what he does for family members, for people in his family to repair or to assist. And so that is why when they had the license, we don't understand what happened, and now we have to reissue or have the license reissued in a different manner. We are not disputing that there were vehicles that were there. What we are disputing is what the use is that is being claimed. There's no evidence that this was in any way, shape, or form a third party that was paying the tenant. There's no evidence in record. There's no evidence that shows what work was being done. So what we're asking for is 90 days so that we can adjust this license to represent whatever needs to be there.
Which is,
If I may, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, somebody, it doesn't matter to me.
If I may say something, okay. When I'm the BTR specialist, a hobby license, the purpose is just parking. It's just you can do any work. It doesn't matter if it's for yourself, for your family. If you're gonna do it just for your family, for your friends, you can apply as normal, as BTR, not as hobby, as a business, because that's we as a town and okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's basically a business. That's not a hobby, right? So if you apply for a hobby license, it's just for park the cars, and that's it. You can do any work.
Okay, and I do appreciate that, Ms. Cardona. I appreciate your help with that, because I'm going to be harassing you for help with that. I'm going to differ from you on, it isn't in their eyes, it's not a business because it's not for financial gain, and that's why they had applied and had a BTR in that sense. And that's why, like I said, the owner of the business, the overall warehouse, has asked that I come and assist the tenants to obtain the correct BTRs. And so I will be harassing you to help me to get the correct BTR. And that's why I'm asking for additional time, Your Honor.
and Magistrate, just for the record, the The property owner is listed as Warehouse 1800 LLC.
Correct.
Is it the testimony here today that none of the activity, including what you refer to as the hobby activity, is in support of gaining any financial gain?
My understanding, and this is based on my understanding, I cannot attest nor testify to what a third-party tenant is doing. I can attest to what the tenant has indicated to me. The tenant is here, and I'm happy to have them respond. The answer is, it is my understanding this is not for financial gain. Nevertheless, as Ms. Cardona has indicated, whether it is or it isn't, they're going to have the same license. So we're going to help them to get the correct license for that issue.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, I sometimes put the horse in front of the cart when I say financial gain. When I look at the charges, it just says a place for repair and installations. I seem to have thrown in financial gain. And financial gain, I just, based on experiences so that we can air this out to try to get the right decisions, it doesn't really require financial gain. So I asked the question, I appreciate, and it obviously, if they were a business, it would be more obvious, okay? And it may very well be. I'm not sure if it is, if it isn't. Now, you're proffering all this. You have two nice-looking gentlemen there. Do they want to add anything?
If Your Honor would like some additional information, like I said, this is our property manager. He has run the business. The tenant is here to answer questions if you have questions. Otherwise, we would just request additional time. So unless there's specific questions to them, we would just ask additional time to comply.
I can do additional time, I can continue it, or I can enter a final order giving you 90 days in which to comply with the town. And the three cars, from what I saw and heard, did one of the cars have some type of damage? Okay,
yes.
so please, go ahead.
Mr. Magistrate, before we get into that, I just wanted to add that the initial,
Sir, I'll give you a chance to say, no, if you want to talk, welcome, please, okay? All right, go ahead, yes, ma'am.
I think the town is being very reasonable, giving 30 days. This needs to be done.
Yeah,
This is a repeat violation. This property has multiple properties operating without BTR. So we're trying to get this cleaned up. Also, this notice of violation was sent out initially August 25th, 2023. So we're in a year now.
And
This had to be fixed.
But they did have a
Within the year.
license, and they did obtain a license. It was the wrong license.
Out
And
of the
that's where
scope
the
of
issue
work,
is.
yes.
Does the gentleman there, is he employed?
He is the tenant,
Okay.
and
He's a tenant, so he's there?
he is the tenant for that unit.
Okay, does he do anything else for a living?
I don't know, and I apologize, Your Honor, but I don't know what the relevance is of what, outside of the scope of this hearing.
Magistrate, the
I'll
relevance
over-
is that
Yeah,
they're.
I know, I'm overruling. Sir, come on up. If you don't want to testify, this isn't, in TV, take the Fifth Amendment, forget that, okay? Trying to get to what's going on here, all right? If you don't want to testify, don't, okay? What else do you do for a living?
Well, I have a regular job working doing body work around the corner at a shop. So that place is that place is closed all during the daytime. It's just open during the evening time. So I just go there during the evening time.
Okay, and these cars, were they?
One of those cars doesn't belong to me. I seen him take a picture with like a black car with damage on it. That car doesn't even belong to me. During that time when he took that picture, I just opened my place up and I left somebody there. I had to go to the airport and I left the place open. So, and the guy told me that he saw the inspector came by taking pictures. So I say, for what? And he said, he don't know. He said, he just walked off and left, So I just left somebody there to like keep an eye on my place while my doors were open.
Oh, okay, how much rent do you pay there?
$1,200.
$1,200 a month?
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's taxes on that too, state sales, so it's maybe what, 1,300 and some odd, what, it doesn't matter, $1,200 to $1,300.
Yeah.
You pay the electricity from there as well?
Well, electricity is free.
It's included in the rent?
Yes.
Okay, and, all right, anything else that anyone?
Yes, I just wanted to add that even if it's not for financial gain,
Right.
it still requires a BTR. They have to pass zoning.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I muddled up the waters.
And,
but I'm
and we're not in any way disputing that we need to get a new BTR. We understand, especially after the explanation Ms. Cardona gave, I don't think there's any issue
Okay.
with understanding that we need a new BTR.
All right.
But there's also additional stuff on here that we need to resolve, that there's a combination of units which did not exist, which did not happen. So we have to go through that process.
Okay.
My understanding is that had been resolved. So that's why I'm asking for the 90 days in
Okay.
order to, and we will be speaking with Ms. Cardona
Okay.
this week.
We got through, I know what I'm going to do about the repair and installations matter. What about the other violations here? What's the status of those?
The other violation is work without permit for combining the two-unit bays.
Okay, in another place or here?
For this unit,
Okay, and how did they do that?
basically, each unit is supposed to be like single.
Yes.
But this unit here is double wide E13 and E14.
Okay, did you happen to take any photos of that, or is that one of the enclosed
Yeah,
garage doors?
Yeah, as you see it, the garage doors, there's two garage doors.
Yes.
And then there's two, you can see the marking, E13 and E14. So basically, a 2-for-1.
Right, and Your Honor, we don't have any evidence to show that physically there was ever a wall within those units. There are bays, and you rent it as number 13 and 14 if you're renting that. We've had this issue in the past, and we've requested records from the city from the building plans to show that they were individual units. These were not combined units. These have existed this way since the time that Fernando has been here, and he's been here for over 20 years. So there was no combination of the units. Like I said, we have requested the building records to demonstrate that there is no evidence that there was a wall there that was removed, especially not by this tenant. And therefore, that is why, again, we're asking for the 90 days, because we need to figure out where this combination is coming from.
Okay, but are the two units being rented by?
As one.
As one?
As one.
Okay, but wouldn't that really lie on the property owner's obligation if there's a illegal conversion?
Correct.
Okay.
And also, we can also rely on the building official for a second opinion.
Okay, all right. And is he here, or are you gonna?
I don't believe so. Steve's not here. No.
Can he
Yeah.
come and testify? If not,
Well, and I'm going to object to the building official testifying without looking at records, because the records are really what's going to indicate what was originally constructed.
Okay, I'll overrule. If he's around, get him. If not, get him on a cell phone, because I want to see if I can move this thing along. Okay, find out if he's here, if you can. All right.
Okay. And also, Magistrate, the building official would have to physically be out at the location to see it, to make the determination.
Okay. Are you agreeable? Okay, I see the photo there. An E13, E14, that gray matter there, that thing, there's no wall there.
Correct.
Right.
Okay. So it is two units. One could infer, I said could, not would, that each of those units should have a wall there. The owner of the place here, not the tenant, they're not here today, right? I assume.
I represent the owner, Your Honor.
Okay.
I represent the owner.
Then,
And the violations were issued to the owner in conjunction with
right, I know
the tenant.
it's
yeah.
strict liability.
Right.
The owner is obviously strictly liable.
Right.
That's what the statute
Yeah.
says. All right. So, let's say Hippler wants to rent E11 and E12. Is there going to be a wall between?
There are different units that are individual units, and there are units that are double units. So if Mr. Hippler wants to have a double unit, we would look for a space that has a double unit. So Mr. Hippler would not request 12 necessarily. He would say, I need a double bay.
Okay.
And so a double bay would be provided
Okay.
versus a single bay.
And that would have two numbers on it.
Correct. And they've always been numbered individually, but that's a double bay. And that's why I said we need to look at the official building records of what was actually constructed, because I can opine as to anything, but if it wasn't constructed in a certain way, then we didn't combine.
All right, then how about if we, go ahead, please. I'm sorry, please, go ahead. Yeah.
But is the contention that it was built that way from the beginning?
Our contention is that since we have owned this, it has had a double bay. This unit has been a double bay.
But you don't know whether it's unpermitted work or not.
This is why we have requested the building records to determine, and our contractor has looked at some of the records that we have received. It's inconclusive, actually, and that's why we're requesting additional records to determine what existed for the entirety of the property, not just this unit. All of the units, so that in the future, we don't continue to have this issue, because we do have this issue on other units,
Right.
which in the past, we have gone through this, and there's been determinations that they were not combined, because there hasn't been any proof that they were ever individual units.
Right, so,
Mr. Jean, do you have any other additional testimony to show that this is unpermitted work?
No.
okay. The conversion matter, probably, we're going to need the building official, and I think that's fair to have them come out and opine or give an opinion about that matter. And also, I think you said the owners own this for 20 years or so, or whatever it is.
Being told it's more than 20 years at this point.
If he bought it and the wall had been taken out by the prior owner, he would still be strictly,
Right.
Again, I didn't make that rule of
We
law, okay?
and we understand, and that's why we decided, I think, the easiest and
Yeah.
best use of our time
Okay,
moving
good.
forward is to get every single one determined, what was there for every unit, whether it's, like you indicated, 11 and 12, maybe 11 and 12 did have a wall, maybe they didn't.
Right.
Just kind of go through the entire building plan so that we can address and correct anything that's in there.
I just arbitrarily picked those numbers.
And as did I. I was just trying
I know
to
you would
indicate.
hypothetical, so, how?
Magistrate, if you
Sure.
can I have one moment with the code enforcement officers?
Absolutely, no, we'll take, it's okay, you want to, go ahead.
1 second, can we, and I know that there's 3 or 4 other cases on the same owner?
Yeah, are there?
Correct.
Okay,
There's 3
is-
more.
On your case,
On this property, yes.
Okay.
Other units in this property.
gentlemen, the 2 gentlemen back there, were they?
Correct. Our contractor and unit and tenants, correct.
So how about you want to take a few minutes
Or can we defer the ruling until we hear all the cases?
Yeah,
Or-
I guess we could do that. Whatever is, look, I'm easy. I want to move these things along. If you want to defer on all the cases, I just don't want to keep everyone here waiting for a long time, because I know they love being here, but I think they'd rather be elsewhere. All
And Your
right.
Honor, just for ease of that also, we are asking for the same thing on all the cases. We are asking for 90 days compliance. You'll see on other cases where permits have been closed and work has been completed, but now they're being asked to get a different BTR, again, from the Department of Business and Professional Regulations first.
Okay.
So we are asking for the same relief on all of the cases.
What I'm going to do about the repair and installations, is the city firm on the 30 days, or is there room for like giving 60 days to get this thing right? But I am going to enter a final order of violation, because the way I read the code provision, I threw in financial gain, which of course would be in favor of it being a business, but it just says repair and installations. And since the evidence indicates that there is repair installations done, even putting aside the one car that your client says has nothing to do with him, there are others there. There's also a machine there, there's ladders there. It's, for the most part, set up for repair and installations. So how many days, 30 or 60, are you want to?
The city's willing to compromise with 60 days.
Okay, I'm going
Thank
to
you.
enter a final order, find there's substantial competent evidence of the violation, giving him 60 days to get the correct BTR, whatever that is, all right? You can see you have a very competent person.
Yes.
There's a lot more about that than anyone here. So you'll just do what the city tells you to do. That should be,
That's all we ask, Your Honor. The 60 days we're appreciative of.
yeah, that's, and how many, $100 a day thereafter?
Since it's a business, usually it's $250.
Okay, 250 thereafter, not now, but after the 60 days, all right? This should not be difficult to resolve to get the correct BTR. That's one of the easiest things, I would think, all right? Famous last words, but you know, that's the way it goes. Now, the other matter, you're arguing that there are other bays there, whether it's E99 and E100 or whatever it is, that are not connected, or they're open-ended, whether or not there's a wall there or not. And it probably would be best for the town to see whatever records it has. And also, you know, the building official could come in, and I had this happen in another case elsewhere, where the building official testified, for its worth, that that under his opinion, it happened to be some windows. He said that certain types of windows were not, they were not original. They had to have been because of the dates going back to, I don't know, 1990, if I'm off, you know, that kind of stuff. It's analogous. Is it on all fours? Of course not, all right?
Understood.
All right, so do that, just to be fair here, because you're being forthright, so are your people here and the like, and that way it'll give the town time to talk to the building official. Are you agreeable to consensually allowing the building official and whoever else, except for me, to go onto the property and take a look at it?
As long as we have an anticipation, we have a date that they're coming in so that we have somebody there.
Reasonable notice, all right.
The one thing that I will mention, Your Honor, is that while I think the 60 days would be ample time to get a BTR,
Yeah.
because of the issue of the combined units, I don't know if it will until we can get the combination resolved, because otherwise we would have to have a BTR, I would presume, for each bay,
Yeah,
rather than one BTR for both bays.
yeah. Okay.
Is that not correct? We would be able to apply for, even if there's a violation for a combined, until we resolve the combination?
Oh my God.
Right,
That's
that's-
something that we have to clarify with building department.
That's,
But if you have permits going on, we can't go ahead with the BTR.
right, and that's where my concern is, Your Honor, is because of that combination or not combination, and, you know, maybe necessary permit or not necessary permit, that is where my concern is with respect to time, because I can apply for a BTR today, but I would have to apply for 2 BTRs, one for each bay, until we have a solution on whether this was one bay. And if we have a pending violation that requires a building permit, I don't know that we'd be issued a BTR pending that building permit unless the city does something differently here.
Yeah, that
So
would be.
that's where my concern is with respect to the 2 violations and how they interact with each other.
All right, so your position, and I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, if there has been an illegal conversion here, no BTR, is that right? Or would the city issue a BTR regardless of whether or not there's been a conversion here?
Yeah, because there's 2 separate matters.
Okay, good, then that answer, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yes, and then also with the attorney, far as like working on the matter to rectify the issue, let's say that you're obtaining permits and the time is lingering around longer, then you can also request an extension of time.
And in this town, because it's such a gracious local government, the 250 per day is not going to run from the original fine, or when they extend it, it begins fresh, right? That's really gracious, okay? So as long as there's reasonable progress. I just, want to make sure it's a fair decision for everybody here and the like. And, but the BTR, to me, based on what I read of the code, the ordinance, just talks about repair and installations, and shame on me for mentioning financial
That's
gain.
okay.
Whatever.
And just for clarification, then, and I apologize for using everybody's time for this, but I'm
No,
just
you-
taking advantage of Ms.
That's what we're
Cardona.
here for. I just want to get it right if I can.
So we're
okay?
going to apply for one BTR, correct? Okay, that was it.
All right, unless you want to apply for 3?
No.
All right. One it is, all
Okay.
right? Okay, then do that, and then whatever she says, okay, and you can tell, and that way, at least that aspect of it is over, all right?
And then we'll be notified and we'll have the inspector, the building official.
Yes, just give me a time and date so I can schedule the inspection with the
Well,
inspector.
if you want, and when we leave, so that we don't keep everything, I'll give you my card. And then
Yes.
that way we can just email whatever's convenient for all of you and the building official at the same time.
Yes,
All right, so that part, the conversion is continued, what did I say, 90 days or
you
60?
said
60
60 days.
60 days?
Yes.
60.
Okay, you can tell I can't even remember from one to the next sometimes. Kidding. But and the BTR is 60 days to get a BTR, okay? And then we'll see what happens with the wall, and if it's been removed. I don't know. It depends what the building official says, what any plans, if they can be found, if they exist, because these plans don't last forever.
Right.
Maybe the county somehow has something. I don't know, okay? I'm just throwing out stuff that I've experienced in other cases. Okay, that helps. So,
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right, and 250 per day after the 60 days for the BTR. The conversion matter, 60 days, but that'll be continued if that's acceptable, and that way we move thing along and we get a partial resolution, all right?
Thank you,
Does
Your Honor.
represent administrative fine?
Oh, yeah, was $100.
$100.
Yes.
I put that in all the time, even if
Yep.
I don't say it. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
And you need to you are the owner's representative.
Yes.
You may want to get in touch with your owner to maybe next time, if he or she wants to come. It's
And we do have the owner's rep. This is the manager of the
okay.
property.
Okay, so you're here. Okay,
Right.
you were Silent Sam, although your name is not Sam. Okay, you didn't say anything, so I just assumed
Yep.
you were part of the tenant or whatever.
He's the property manager.
Very good. Okay. Any other questions? Did I leave anything out? Yeah, go ahead.
So Magistrate, because they have 3 additional cases, so will each case have the same ruling?
Yes, same ruling for the 3. You can announce them now. We'll take them.
Okay.
We'll consolidate them. They'll be kept separate, but they're consolidated for purposes of this hearing. Is that acceptable to the attorney?
Yes.
Okay,
60
that
days
way.
for the BTR.
Okay, yeah. we
Yes,
can
that's
get on
perfect.
With it, you can work on them all together.
Yes.
all right?
Yes, Your
That was our goal, Your Honor. Thank you
Okay,
so
good.
much.
Okay, very good. All right.
Okay, the additional 3 other cases will be case number 8885. The third case, 8826. And the fourth case, case 8825.
Okay, so, 88, okay, 8826, 8835. Oh, there, 8825, and the next one, 88, yeah,
85.
8885. Okay, so there'll be the same ruling for those cases for merely the purposes of the hearing, and there'll be separate orders.
Perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
You may want to wind up doing that. All right, so, of the order, because you might have it here as violating everything. Is there I'm not rendering a decision on the conversion, or am I missing something here?
Right. He made the ruling on the BTR
Yeah,
for all of them,
Yeah,
but not the,
Right, and the other one.
I know, but it doesn't say,
Not all of them are the same.
oh, they're
But
not.
there is another one,
That is similar.
there's another one with the
That has
combination.
4 units.
Yeah.
That is,
B19.
yeah, B19.
Do you want Jean to
Yeah.
state which one has a BTR and which one has a work
Yes,
with
okay,
permit?
like the section violations, this is for 8835. Okay, that's the one I think we just heard. This is section 5-105 and 15 dash,
They all have
which is the
BTR.
BTR.
Okay, so just for organizational purpose and formality,
Yeah,
Jean is gonna go case by case,
okay,
so you
great,
can,
great. And I'll cross out the section that is not being ruled on at this time. I'll say reserved.
you can just cross it out, the 5-105, 5-17, if you're not gonna rule on that, and just initial, and then we'll get you
But
a corrected copy.
But the BTR, which one, what is 5-105?
That's the permit,
Permit.
Permit for the not having a wall.
right?
Okay, what about 15-17?
That's the BTR.
Okay, so I'm ruling on the 15-17, the BTR.
Okay.
Not the 5-10.
All right,
Okay, so I'm gonna cross that out, and I'm just gonna write here, reserved, meaning reserved for future, or continued for 90 days. Is that okay if I write it on here?
it's 60?
60 days.
60.
I don't know why I keep saying 90, so,
I'll take it.
I know, no, so. Section -105. Continued for 60 days. I'm circling 15 dash, and I'm initialing it. I do this not all the time, so within
Gene.
60 days, see, I got it
Go
right.
ahead.
By case.
Okay.
But once he's done.
Once he's, okay.
For each date of violation.
Magistrate,
Yeah,
for the record, we want to take each case as,
yeah,
code represented. It would be just easier.
yeah, probably so, and I'll write it down there. You can, if you could just tell me, code officer, so within 60 days, for 15-17, I'm crossing out 5-105. And I put an asterisk here, that the 250 per diem within the 60 days for 15-17, right? Okay. Well, you know the number is a lot better than me, obviously, so.
Yes. The second case, case 8885, that is, 815.
It's on page 3.
That is only for the BTR.
Just let me do the numbers so I don't botch it up here. Crossing out 5-105, keeping
15-17.
yes, and crossing out 5-17, correct?
Yes, correct.
Crossing
That's
it.
case 8885, right?
Yeah, 8885.
Okay.
Okay,
The
then,
the third one,
just a second, and let me write this
Okay.
in section
Wait, I thought that was
5 dash.
yeah, he already wrote that.
5,
crossing out for 85.
No,
Yeah.
he's, I'm just letting him know, just for BTR.
Why?
No, he wants to know which
Continue.
ones are combined, which ones are not.
4
It's only 13,
is
14 is combined, and B 17, 18 is combined.
Let's see.
Okay, that one,
Mr. Magistrate, for case 885, the work without permit is installation of an auto lift station without a permit. But they
there's-
did comply with that.
Correct. They got a permit for that.
So
I understand the
just-
only thing pending is
so
the
to
BTR.
clarify for the record, the only pending violation
It's the BTR.
is the BTR? Okay,
okay, 250.
thank you.
Okay, so the 5 dash, this is 88855 dash 105. That one is continued. The 5 dash 17 is what? That was complied with?
Which case are you on?
Oh, 8885.
Okay, the 8885, the 5105 and 517, that already complied with, because that was for the auto lift. So the only thing that remains is for the 1517 BTR, business tax receipt.
Okay, so they've complied with 5 dash 105.
Yes, that was for auto lift.
5, okay, so that is not being continued for 60 days. Or I had that, do you have any whiteout or whatever, so?
She's gonna get you corrected copies once you're done.
I will
And,
do it right now.
okay, if you can.
You want me to remove?
Yeah, this is,
Nestle, you can wait till he has all 4 done,
Right.
because he's going down.
And you want me to remove the 5-105?
Right,
Okay.
right.
okay, 5 dash 105 is removed, and 5 dash 17 is removed. Okay, yeah, just, you could, this one's okay, all right. This one you'll need to do over, and then you'll give me both back, because I want to rely on what I wrote there. Okay, 8826,
8826, that one has the BTR and also the renovation of 4 combining bays.
okay, which ones do I strike or not strike?
Basically, again, we will need observation from the the building official for the.
No.
There's a permit for this one.
Oh, they're returned
Yes.
for that? Okay.
Yeah, they,
Stay for 2, and they still have to get a permit for the auto lift station too. So you don't strike any.
Okay. So basically, it's for the business tax receipt. And
And again, what number is that?
that's 8826.
1517?
1517 is the BTR?
Correct.
Okay, so what do we do with 5 dash 105?
Leave it.
You can leave that because the permit is in progress.
Okay, that,
I believe the permit is finalized
But not for the auto lift station.
for the lift.
but I struck it.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. We'll have
Finalize
them.
it.
That nobody has.
Nobody sent it to you? Okay. We'll get that to you.
Okay, to be clear for the record, let's go again. Case 8826.
Correct.
There's 3 violations, section 5-105, section 5-17, and section 1517.
Yes, will remain.
They will remain.
Correct.
Okay, so 15177 and 1540 is stricken?
No. You leave everything.
I leave everything.
Yes, there's a permit in progress.
Okay, all right.
60 days to comply?
Correct, 60 days.
Okay, that one you can leave as is. Okay, now sign off 60 days, 250 per day. All right, that one's over. One more. 8825.
Hold on.
25, you have the same thing.
Magistrate, if we could,
So basically, 8825 will remain because it's for the BTR and also for the auto lift.
All right, so everything stays the same.
Correct.
All right. easy enough. 60 days. That one's fine as well. All right. So once again, these were okay. Going back to 8885, which seems to be the one that's the only item that 1517 is in. That's the only one. The other two are not violations. I'm striking 5-105, 5-17. I'm on 8885.
Right.
Okay, so that one stays in. I crossed it out. It should not be crossed out. That's
Just
the,
15, 17, okay.
yeah, that's in. Oh, in, okay, 15. Okay, the other two are stricken, so it's 60 days for 15-17. Okay, that apparently is the only one. All right, oof.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, officers, counsel.
Magistrate, just for the council, you're agreeing to 60 days to come into compliance
Correct.
for case numbers 8825 and case number 8826.
Correct.
Thank you.
Hopefully you got it right. Anyway.
We have permits for those. They're
Good, okay,
under work,
well,
so. Thank you, Your Honor.
People are very reasonable. They're quality, A+. They come, regularly. They'll work it out with you, okay? All right?
We'll work with them. Thank you again.
Good luck to everyone.
you.
All right, thank you. Sorry, people, but, justice in action, so whatever. Or inaction, I don't know, depending on your views. Yeah.
Okay. The following case is section 7.4, case number 8909. Code Officer Gene Gusson for the town of Pembroke Park, case number 8909. Property owner NSP 3 Pembroke Park DST. Site address 1781 South Park Road, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of hearing to confirm fine was sent by certified mail on August 14, 2024, posted on the property on August 22nd, 2024, and on Town Hall on September 4th, 2024. The property is still not in compliance, so it's a town motion to confirm the fine amount of $16,700.
Okay, this is 8809.
8909.
I know, okay, she's not here now. Let me plunder through.
Oh, I thought the
these.
person was here.
89. Okay, what would you like to say? Because it's a hearing to confirm fine, and there's been no compliance, so really, there's very little I can do until this thing is taken care of, so.
Sure, Your Majesty.
NSP3 Pembroke Park District, okay. What would you like to say? And your name, please.
My name is Robert Wagner. I'm the district manager for the management company Extra Space Storage that is
Okay.
managing the property.
All right.
I was here earlier this year, I believe in January, with a completely different set of violations.
Yes.
And you gave me a 90-day window to get that rectified. I did get all those violations cleared upon the re-inspection with a completely different inspector. I had what is the current list of violations issued to me, which were not on the prior two inspections at all, period. I am here in front of you to say that as of probably 30 minutes ago, we had an inspector on site to clear these violations. I don't know what the result of that is yet, but this is all taken care of. I would ask for 90 days
Confirm
just
the
for the
fine.
submittal process of the BT.
Here's the problem, okay, this is for a supplemental order and code compliance lien, and until there's confirmation from the city, it continues to run. So the city code officer needs to go there to confirm. When that's confirmed, the lien stops, the per diem stops to run. Okay, so, again, this is just more of a ministerial function. There's non-compliance after whatever extensions of time that were granted, so I really have no alternative but to go ahead and confirm the fine at $18,600. And you can come back in the future for a mitigation or reduction after there's compliance. Look, if what you say is correct, you can come back and ask for a mitigation down the road. Until we have confirmation, I'm going to go ahead and enter the supplemental order to affirm this, basically. All right?
Okay.
Okay, any objections to what I just said from the city or anybody? No? Okay. Okay, I'm going to confirm the fine, $18,600. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Take care. All right, thank you for showing up and good luck. Yeah, you look like
Sir,
an
if you could hold on a moment, and Leslie's going to keep you a copy of the order that the magistrate just read to you,
yeah,
okay?
we have a lawyer waiting, so I think yeah,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
The
I'm here on case number 8786.
Okay.
All right, can you give us 5 to 10 minutes, Leslie, so she can
Sure.
get the orders?
please, sir,
Oh, you want me to?
sign on this one. This is for this one.
Okay, that's the correct one you went over. I don't need to look at it.
You just.
He could contact you for mitigation, right?
Yes, you can.
No, these ones.
Can I have,
Thank you.
where's the one I gave you?
I already put it in the drive.
Okay,
You just cross out.
That'll be important, sir, once it's complied, to contact.
okay, so it's just 15. Let-
15
Yeah, let me go back to 8885 again. The only one, there's a violation is 15-17 because I wrote it down.
Yes.
and I don't like
That's correct.
around with the numbers, 15, okay.
Yes.
All right, that's fine. But in the future, please, if you'd be so kind, I'd like to confirm it and reconfirm it and It's okay, that's all right. Go ahead.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you, that's all right.
You didn't know about your BT.
So we have every part of the BTR process, save the fire inspections, thank you, completed. The original inspector that I was working with, I guess, left the town. I got all those violations cleared within the time period when I was here earlier, and then these were completely new, never on the last 3 inspections, so that's why.
Do you have Leslie's?
I do,
So just follow up with her
okay,
for the cert.
okay, and they were there this morning. We had called yesterday, back out and get this all cleared, so,
Okay, once it's passed, it should be.
okay, fantastic,
Yeah,
thank you.
come on up, yeah. We're gonna, 87, 86, I believe, that's what we're on now.
Good morning, Special Magistrate.
With this one, we're gonna confirm.
Your name, please, sir.
Samuel Korab, attorney for Lake Villa Associates LTD.
And the gentleman next to you. Oh, no, you don't have to step away, step forward.
I'm sorry.
Richard Pacey, manager.
Okay, I promise not to bite, okay. Maybe,
Yes.
go ahead.
Yes, so as the Special Magistrate may
Wait, hang on a
recall-
second.
Let me let
Yeah.
the city
The
go
officer's going to
first.
present first, and then
It's all right.
it should be this one.
So why is this? I guess they're mitigating it.
We're going to have to figure out something. Just go with this one.
Okay.
Sir, what's the case number again?
It's 8786, is that right?
Yes,
It's
correct.
Lake Villa Associates LTD. Did I get that right? Yeah.
The next case on the agenda is section 7.2, case number 8786, Code Officer Gene Gusson for the town of Pembroke Park. Case number 8786, property owner Lake Villa Associate LTD, site address 2450 South Park Road, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of hearing to confirm fine was sent by certified mail on August 16, 2024, and posted to the property on August 22nd, 2022, and Town Hall on September 4th, 2024. This is a repeated violation, a relating case number 5518, and the final order has been entered into the record. The property is still not in compliance, so it's the town motion to confirm the final amount of $12,000.
Now, please, thank you.
Thank you. So as you may recall, we were here earlier this year on this issue. The issue is that there were air conditioning units installed on all of these buildings, allegedly without a permit. We had asked for some additional time because we're currently in a circuit civil matter over the construction of the roof and construction defects in the roof that impacted the ability to perform any other tasks on the roof in order to avoid spoliation of evidence. So I'm pleased to confirm that all the permit applications have been submitted for the 126 air conditioning units at issue here. Just yesterday, a letter was provided by the engineer of record to join the permit applications. I have a copy here.
Absolutely, if you could give it to the code officer, that would be great. Thank you.
So that's simply the professional engineer of record confirming that all of the installation and existing equipment that is on site conforms with the 2023 Florida Building Code and the applicable building standards. So we're at a point where everything has been submitted for the after the fact permits to be issued. We're simply waiting on the city to coordinate the final inspections to close out those permits.
Okay.
Any
Is this
recommendation?
my copy?
Yes.
Okay.
Code Officer Jean or Code Officer Ramirez, any recommendation? Magistrate?
Recommendation would be 30 days.
Okay, this is a confirmation of a
Oh, fine, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. How long do you, he says that the permits have been issued, you have to confirm all that.
Right. So initially, when they were here, we mentioned to them that if they needed more time, they can request more time. That wasn't done. So what we can do is continue the cases. That's what is that they're requesting.
Okay.
And then we can today approve the time that they need.
Okay, and not confirm the fine.
Correct.
Okay, then what's your prerogative? I know you want to continue. Let me hear what everyone has to say. They're working on it and all the other stuff, so.
The city doesn't impose, since they're working on a matter, have permits, and if they request a continuance or a time to comply,
Okay.
the city doesn't impose.
How much longer do you, 30 days, 60 days?
60, 90 days.
Okay. I know you want 90. Okay, you think that's too much or too little?
It's a lot of, how many AC units?
It's
126.
Yes.
90 days might be, I was gonna say 900 days, but I think that's long, too much. 90 days, all right. So it's a big condominium? Okay, sorry, so it's gonna be a lot of work, so 90 days, so I'm not gonna affirm the $12,000, you'll just need to do
Continuance,
the
okay.
order continuing it. Yeah, at the end, okay. And if you could maybe give staff your email, and you're also your client, you'll get one by certified mail. It won't be ready now unless you want to wait to the end.
No, we don't have the order. So what we'll do is send a certified mail and they'll receive it that way since we changed the order today.
Great, okay, why don't you do that?
Not a problem.
And if you want one, can you email council, or what's the position?
Right, if they request it, yes.
Okay, why don't you do that as well?
So we'll send them an order of continuance for 90 days.
Great, okay, and then, go ahead. That's okay, no, it'll be continued for 90 days, and then we'll go from there, okay? Got a lot of units to take care of, so you can discard that one, okay?
Okay. Thank you very much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
everyone's
Good
time.
luck to everyone, you too, all right.
Next case on the agenda, section 7.3, Code Officer Gene Gusson for the Town of Pembroke Park. Case number 8812, property owner Edwin R. Windroff. Site address 139 Lone Pine Lane, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of hearing to confirm fine was sent on certified mail on August 14, 2024, and posted on property August 22nd, 2024, in Town Hall on September 4th, 2024. The property is still not in compliance, so is a town motion to confirm the fine amount of $18,600.
Okay, go ahead, what would you like to say?
Sorry, Ali speak English. No,
Okay, we have a great interpreter here.
please, por Spanish.
You can't? Okay,
Unfortunately.
okay, you're right.
Thank you, sir.
Can you
We have a great other interpreter here. There you go.
Que traigo la foto de lo que ya se ha modificado, se ha arreglado el desorden que había.
I believe Warner has to be sworn in if he wasn't initially sworn in.
I'll swear you in that, okay,
Oh,
And he has to affirm that what he's translating.
right, okay. You swear affirm you'll be a true and correct translator of what the gentleman tells you. If you could just affirm, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Ok, permítame otra vez. Me dice que esta foto es de qué?
De ahora que ya se arregló todo lo que estaba desordenado.
Okay, he has a picture here showing all the work that has been done.
Okay. All right.
so
Okay.
there were 3 violations, correct?
Yes, there's multiple violation. Basically, the work without permit, he needs to obtain a permit and get a final inspection.
Permiso para que le hagan la inspección final.
Okay.
So it wasn't just outdoor storage, it was work without permit?
Correct. Outdoor is basically the addition without a permit, the shed without a permit, and then he had the vinyl skirt of the mobile home. He needs to repair that, and then the outdoor storage need to be removed. Only patio furniture can be displayed outside.
Y arreglar. Vamos a ver qué es lo que dice.
Okay.
Pues ya se arregló todito, ya. Todo lo que está afuera ya se arregló.
And there's no compliance to
Se
date.
arregló.
Okay.
No, as of
All right. And to date.
Everything,
You go ahead, yeah.
everything that has been mentioned has been repaired. This is the picture to prove that.
All right, but is there a permit that was issued? And has that been approved or just work without a permit?
Pero estos trabajos se hizo con permiso o sin permiso, porque era necesario un permiso para llevar a cabo con todos estos trabajos de reparación.
Era faldones que el faldón se había caído por el viento y por la lluvia.
Sí, pero la pregunta es, ¿usted sacó un permiso para hacer esos cambios o no?
Yo no hice ni un cambio, se cayó, se rompieron.
Sí, yo entiendo, pero para llevar a cabo algunos trabajos de reparación no se necesita un permiso. ¿Usted sacó el permiso o no? He did not obtain a permit to do these repairs.
Okay, well, doesn't that really support the position? Okay, all right.
De eso sí, ya presenté ya algo de presentar, ¿cómo se llama? Los planos, todo.
For those jobs that need to be performed, he had presented documentation to the town, plans. ¿Qué
Los
más?
planos, he pensado todos los planos.
Let him know that it's for the addition, the shed, the addition which is depicted in that picture, the shed that he has. He does have a permit in process,
Tienen permiso,
but he has to complete it.
pero tiene
Right.
que ser completado. Go ahead.
La cabaña de atrás ya se quitó, el storage de atrás
Okay,
se quitó
the shed in the back has been removed.
Okay.
y se ha presentado todos los planos
They have presented all the plans for,
y todo esto lo que se ve acá se ha removido, que es lo que está acá.
and everything that you see in the picture, in the previous one, has been removed as shown in the picture here in the printout of this picture.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, well, he had to correct this
Tiene que corregir
way back in
algo de
March 17, 2024. We're in September.
en marzo 17 de este
corrigió
Vamos a
todo.
ver qué va.
So it's been 6 months from the original
Right.
violation.
It's a confirmation of a fine, okay?
Es una
And
confirmación
there's
de
still a
una-
violation running, so I'm going to confirm the fine.
Tiene que confirmar la multa.
Ok.
Until
Okay.
he complies, he can come back for a mitigation down the road.
Si usted quiere disputar la multa, que le puede solicitar
Yes, I
después
did. Yes, indeed. Thank you.
mitigar para reducir la
No, está bien.
multa.
Okay?
So is this okay?
Great. Okay, get it done.
Haga
You'll pay less.
que todo lo arregle y que todo esté bien y que, bueno, ya está, ya se puede. Pero tiene que ver que la
Ya, ok. Thank you.
Ok.
Gracias.
And to contact.
con la información de
Ready for next case?
Yes. Next case on the agenda is section 8.2, case number 9154. Case number 9154. Code Officer Gene Gusson for the town of Pembroke Park. Case number 9154, June Hala LLC, site address 2550 South Park Road. Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of hearing to abate was sent by, was posted on property on August 22nd, 24, and posted on Town Hall on September 4th, 2024. The town motion is to abate the fine, the amount of $23,850, and reduce it by 85%, including.
Okay. What would you like to say, ma'am? First of all, who are you?
I'm the owner of the business that occupies that address.
Okay. What would you like to say? The town is reducing it by 85%, which is a big gift. It's a pre-Hanukkah, Christmas, Easter.
Thank
if I've
you.
forgotten
And I
any
appreciate that.
holiday, okay?
Yes.
Present, okay? Now, go ahead. All right.
I wasn't here at the previous hearing, so my manager misinformed me regarding the issue that we had, the violation. But it's been taken care of, and if you could reduce it by the 85, I would be very thankful.
Okay, you got it.
All right.
How long do you need to pay?
Can I have 30 days?
Sure. Okay, okay, what's the sum? It's 85% times.
Yes, I believe it would be $3,663 if it's reduced by 85%,
Okay, $3,663,
$63.
nice and even. 3663. All right, payable within 30 days. Okay, let me write this up. Okay, I'll approve that.
Thank you.
That's okay, don't leave,
Okay.
okay? Just make sure that you pay it on time, or else it won't be a holiday present.
I will. Thank
Okay?
you.
All right. There you go. Thank you. It'll be copied and given to you. All right, thank you very much.
Mr. Magistrate,
Oh, yeah.
we just heard case 8812.
Yes,
Would we be able to do a continuance for that one as well?
of course. You just, 8812, yeah. Wendorf, yeah.
So
Take the time to do it now, or I think the gentleman's,
Assistant Town Attorney,
Yes.
would he have to revert his order?
Just since it hasn't been done yet, there's nothing to vacate officially, but
Yeah, okay,
Well, he already signed the order.
okay,
So-
I'm verbally vacating it. You want it continued? Or what's,
Yeah, we'll continue it for 60 days.
Okay.
Or if you can kind of guide me here a little, either we can do a continuance or an amendment of the final order.
how about an amended? I like that better. Your idea about amended or whoever is excellent, really.
Okay.
That way there's record rather than a continuance, although there's record there too, it's just easier for everyone.
Right, so he
not to be continued.
is to be amended.
Yeah, I think so.
And then, so what we're gonna do is give him time to complete his permits, because he didn't show effort to do the plans and the permits and to correct. So if you can come up here, sir, and Werner, if you can explain that to him. I would say, since plans and permitting does take a while, I would say to amend it for 90 days.
Okay, 90 days, all right. The confirmation is being vacated, so we're gonna amend it for 90 days.
Or rather, continue the case for 90 days?
No,
I'll defer to, it doesn't matter to me.
give him 90 days to correct violations, not the fine will accrue $100 per day, and a $100 admin fee.
Okay, let me,
$200 per day?
no, it's, I think he said 100 or whatever. So if I amend it, that means the time that he didn't comply gets wiped out.
Right, he'll reset the
Really
clock.
want to do that because he can then come back for a mitigation. Maybe a continuation or continuance is better in this instance because, you know, I'm very sympathetic to mitigations. I wrote a lengthy 65-page article in the Citizen Law Journal supporting them and the reduction and all that. But there needs to be some, to put everyone on notice that they need to comply. I mean, whatever it is. So is that acceptable to make it a continuance?
I mean, you can lessen the time, but I know the internal part of the department, we are severely short-staffed.
Oh, okay,
So it could have played a part in that,
okay.
in the delays.
All right, how about if we just do a straight continuance for 90 days? That way, it still will continue to run. After there's compliance, he can come in. You can reduce it 85%, 90%, 95 or 100%. It's up to you. All right, okay.
I
defer.
would, if we can do an amendment of 30 days, if you would compromise for that.
Because the issue is there was a compliance date already given.
Yeah,
Right,
You want to extend the compliance date
correct.
to 30 or 90 days. So it would be amending the original enforcement order?
Correct.
okay.
Or, like the magistrate suggesting, just a 90-day continuance to impose the fine.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the 90-day continuance. He can come back later, because there needs to be a deterrence effect to some amount. you
Right,
know.
but he hasn't asked for an extension. He doesn't understand
Well,
that there was a possibility to ask for an extension. He had a understanding that once he submitted applications for permits, he was okay. So there's a language barrier as well.
I know that. I understand that, but, you know, an order is an order, and, you know, would I be setting a double standard here? Okay, I understand the language barrier, but, you know, you own a piece of property, you really ought to know what's going on, all right? And I say that with, you know, I know what my personal and professional views are. I'm very sympathetic to immigration, a lot more sympathetic than whatever is out there, okay? He's here, I mean, candidly, he don't only speak Spanish, he's got to learn some English. I don't say that in a negative way. I say it in a positive way. So the order, says what it says, and I respect the man. When the time comes, he'll do a mitigation, and if his financial circumstances show that he can't pay, then you'll bring that up, okay? But amending it to wipe out all the time, whether he understood or not, to me, I don't know. If you want me to do it, I'll do it. I'm going to defer to you in this instance, okay?
Right, we can do an amendment. We have
Okay.
done it for others. I think it's only right. If we've done it for others, we should do it.
Okay. Okay.
Just for clarification, because I don't understand all this, 90 days that you were talking about. What are those 90 days for, so I can explain to them?
It's going to be an amended order. They're wiping out the prior non-compliance because he submitted a permit but didn't get it complied with. So, so be it. You'll just do a new
Básicamente sí lo que le dije.
amended order, okay? 90 days from the prior date of compliance, okay? Word it any way you want.
De la fecha anterior, si no es aparte de ahora.
Yo cumplí con todo. Yo cumplí con todas las cosas. Y bueno, si la multa es de $18,000 y la puedo reducir algo más, ¿qué necesito para eso?
Okay, it says,
Werner, just tell him he'll receive the order. He's getting more time to comply.
usted va a recibir una orden, me ha dicho ella, donde que le van a dar más tiempo para llevar a cabo las correcciones.
Ok, gracias, thank you.
Says thank you.
I
I
think
just made a
for him to
translation.
understand, magistrate,
Yeah.
if I may, the magistrate originally, in the first hearing, set a compliance date.
En el primer hearing está aplicando.
What,
se le
was
dio
the abatement for
tiempo para
this one?
tenía que hacer
What was the amount?
correcciones. Go ahead.
Today, he's extending that time so that the fine of today does not get imposed.
Hoy están extendiendo el tiempo para que las multas esas no se la impongan. Anything else?
That's
Ok,
it.
Okay.
pero yo corregí todito.
But I repair everything.
It's not in compliance.
No
You
está.
need to get with us.
Tiene que ponerse en
So-
contacto con ellos.
He can understand
For
how
enforcement, for
to
compliance.
complete the compliance.
Para
He's
que le
he's
expliquen
there.
lo que
He's on the
tiene que
right
hacer.
track.
Todo está bien, ha hecho muy bien el trabajo, pero todavía necesita algunas cosas que te tiene que poner en contacto con compliance.
Oh, ok.
All right, he understands everything that's going on.
Ok, thank you. Thank you. Happy weekend.
Sure, you too. Oh, you do an amended order? Okay, so
Yeah.
be,
Oh,
thank
I'll
you.
send it
thank-
by mail.
Yeah, I just do believe in a deterrence effect for everybody across the board, but again, I defer to what the town says 99% of the time. Okay, so, okay, all right.
Next case, we have
Next case on the
We'll do
agenda
that
is,
after.
So we're going in order.
no, for Martin case.
That's okay, that's all right. Yeah, exactly, and I'll hang around for you, so. That's okay, that's all right.
Next case on the agenda is section 8.1, case number 8773, Code Officer Gene Gusson for the town of Pembroke Park, case number 8773, property owner Hollandale Retail LLC, site address 2900 Country Club Lane, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of hearing to abate was sent by email on September 12, 2024. Is a town motion to abate the fine in an amount of $5,600 and to reduce it by 85%, including the $100 admin fee.
Your name, ma'am?
My name is Marlene Hernandez, and I'm the property manager.
Okay, what would you like to say?
I already have worked out with Jean, and we agreed on paying the fines.
Okay, so it's $560.
Yeah, reduce it
Reduce it by
85%.
85.
So it'd be $925.
$929?
$925.
$925. okay.
Yes, the reduced amount.
$925. 30 days, is that acceptable?
Yes.
All right, great.
Thank you.
Okay, don't leave.
No.
Thank you very much. And for the rest of the audience, look, you have to have a sense of humor about things, really. I mean, again, everybody does a fantastic job, and we get a consensus, and that's important as well. That's the bottom line, right? So. Oh, there you go. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, you put it in whatever file.
Goes back to the code file?
Yes, correct. All right, we'll start the agenda in order.
Okay.
Okay. Next case on the agenda is section 6.7, case number 9067, Code Officer Gene Gusson for the Town of Parent Park. Case number 9067, property owner Linvina Flores, site address 2305 Southwest 31st Avenue, Parent Park, Florida. The notice of violation was sent by regular mail on November 15, 2023. A notice of formal hearing with a copy of notice of violation was sent by certified mail on August 13, 2024, and posted to the property on August 22nd, 2024, and Town Hall on September 4th, 2024. The initial inspection date of the notice of violation was on November 15, 2023. The violations for item 1, wooden fence installed without a permit. Item 2, shed installed without a permit. Item 3, wooden railing and concrete stair steps side of the mobile home installed without a permit. Item 4, concrete slab built without a permit. As of August 13, 2024, there was an affidavit of noncompliance. My recommendation is to give 30 days to comply or a daily fine amount of $100 per day after with a $100 admin fee.
Okay, it's, how many days did you say?
30 days.
30 days and $100 per day thereafter. Okay, this is in Flores. Okay, list of the evidence, there's been adequate notice or substantial competent evidence support the city's position. 30 days of which to comply, and $100 per day thereafter.
Since it's permit related, magistrate, let's give them a little bit more time, 60 days.
60 days?
Yes.
Okay, let me change the order to 60 days. That's okay, and then $100 day, so I stand corrected. Comply within 60 days rather than $30, $100 per day thereafter. That's all right.
Next case on the agenda is section 6.8, case number 9285, Code Officer Gene Gusson for the Town of Pembroke Park. Case number 9285, property owner Nazareth George Montelia or Maria A. Castro Carreba. Site address 3120 West Hollandale Beach Boulevard, Lot 905, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of violation was sent by regular mail on February 5th, 2024. A notice of formal hearing with a copy of notice of violation was sent by certified mail on August 7, 2024, and posted to the property on August 22nd, 2024, in Town Hall on September 4th, 2024. The initial inspection date of notice of violation was on February 5th, 2024. The violations for item 1, verification of occupancy has not been verified, no information has been provided. And item 2, plumbing of the sewer system at the rear side of the premises was conducted without a permit, along with a new fence installation. As of August 7, 2024, there's an affidavit of noncompliance. My recommendation is to give 60 days to comply or daily fine amount of $100 per day after with a $100 admin fee.
Okay, it is 60 days to comply or $100 per diem plus a $100 administrative fee. I'll find a notice is properly given. There's substantial competent evidence to sustain the city's position, and I'll go ahead and enter the order 60 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter. Thank you.
Yes.
Just double and triple check.
Next case on agenda is Section 6.9, case number 9294, Code Officer Gene Gusson for the Town of Pembroke Park, case number 9294, property owner Norman Garad or Sandra M. Nedhu, site address 302 Lone Pine Lane, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of violation was sent by regular mail on February 9th, 2024. A notice of formal hearing with a copy of notice of violation was sent by certified mail on August 7th, 2024, and posted to the property on August 23rd, 2024, and Town Hall on September 4th, 2024. The initial inspection date of notice of violation was February 9th, 2024. The repeated violations relating to case, I'm sorry, no, it's not a repeated. The violation is for electrical hookup or alteration to the meter box, work without permit. Item 2, exterior maintenance of the building to pressure wash and paint all 4 walls. As of August 7, 2024, there was an affidavit of non-compliance. My recommendation is to give 30 days to comply or daily fine amount of $100 per day with a $100 admin fee. So this is work without permit, 60 days.
60 days?
Yes.
Okay, great. There's substantial competent evidence to support the city's position, 60 days to comply, or $100 per day thereafter, and $100 administrative fee.
Next case on agenda is section 6.10, 9596. Let's see here. Code Officer Gene Gusson for the Town of Pembroke Park, case number 9596, property owner Meat Bar Holding LLC, site address 2542 Southwest 30th Avenue, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of violation was sent by regular mail on April 25th, 2024. A notice of formal hearing with a copy of notice of violation was sent by certified mail on August 7th, 2024, and posted to the property on August 22nd, 2024, and Town Hall on September 4th, 2024. The initial inspection date of the notice of violation was April 25th, 2024. The violation is for item 1, operating without a business tax receipt, out the scope of their business, and item 2, basically it's for operational without a business tax receipt. As of August 6, 2024, there was an affidavit of non-compliance. My recommendation is to give 30 days to comply or daily fine amount of $250 per day after with a $100 admin fee.
Okay. Or listen to the evidence. There's substantial competent evidence to support the city's position. They have 30 days of which to comply or $250 per day thereafter. And due notice has been provided, and they're just not here.
They haven't complied yet.
There you go. Thank you.
No. Okay, the next one's Stephen. Next case on agenda is section 6.10, section 6.11, case number 9068, Code Officer Gene Gusson for the Town of Pembroke Park, case number 9068, property owner Isadras Martinez, site address 137 Stevens Street, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of violation was sent by regular mail on November 15, 2023. A notice of formal hearing with a copy of notice of violation was sent by certified mail on August 7, 2024, and posted to the property on August 23, 2024, and on Town Hall on September 4, 2024. The initial inspection date of notice of violation was November 15, 2023. The violations for item 1, exterior maintenance of window awnings. Some of the awnings still have built up on the awnings. As of August 7, 2024, there was an affidavit of non-compliance. My recommendation is to give 30 days to comply or a daily fine amount of $50 per day after with a $100 admin fee. Yeah, because they took care of majority of the items.
Okay, so 30 days to comply and $50 per day thereafter. Very good.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to find there's substantial competent evidence for the city's position. 30 days to comply or $50 a day thereafter. And I'll find that there's due notice that's been given, but they're just not here. Thank you.
Next case on the agenda is Section 7.1, case number 8610, Code Officer Gene Gusson for the Town of Penn Park, case number 8610, property owner Ella Cogan, site address 148 Lone Pine Drive, Penn Park, Florida. The notice of hearing to confirm fine was sent by certified mail on August 14, 2024, posted to the property on August 14, 2024, and Town Hall on September 4th, 2024. As of August 14, 2024, there was an affidavit of non-compliance. The property is still not in compliance, so it's a town motion to confirm the fine amount of $27,700.
Okay, I'll confirm the fine for the amount of $27,700. Due notice has been given, they're not here, and I'll confirm the fine for $27,700, as I said, in accordance with the town's request. Thank you.
Which one? That one? Oh, 9 days? Okay. Next case on the agenda is Section 9.1, case number 6720, Code Officer Gene Gusson for the Town of Pembroke Park, case number 6720, property owner Gino Cruz and Mary Patterson, site address 3120 West Hollandale Beach Boulevard, lot 520, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of hearing to extend time was posted to the property on August 22nd, 2024, in Town Hall on September 4th, 2024. My recommendation is to give 90 days extension.
Okay. And then how much per day thereafter?
Same as before.
But what is it?
Oh, I don't have the file. Oh, wait, let me see something. Hold
And then
on.
the second amended order, and then,
Sorry.
yeah.
He's retrieving the document. Just one
I know.
moment.
It takes a little while. Sorry, no hurry.
It was $100.
You gotta go to the final order. Do you have it?
Yeah, hold on.
A little bit down.
Yeah, $100.
$100, okay. Very good. All right, granted, we'll have an amended order, amended final order, 90 days to comply or $100 per day thereafter. Thank you.
Next case on the agenda, Section 9.2, case number, 9222. Code Officer Gene Gusson for the Town of Penn Park, case number 922. Property owner Tops Property LLC, site address 2601 John P. Lyons Lane, Penn Park, Florida. The notice of hearing to extend time was sent by email on September 4th, 2024, and posted on Town Hall on September 4th, 2024. My recommendation is to give 60 days extension.
Okay, and how much per day?
$350.
$350, okay. It's one of those former repeat. It's a final, okay. I'll find that there's substantial competent evidence support the city's position. Give them 60 days of the date to comply, or $350 per day thereafter. This is in Topper Properties. Okay, was there, The notice of hearing, did it specifically say repeat violation?
Yes.
It did, okay. If it specifically said that we're on sound ground, that's the bottom line. The 350 per day. You can go up to 500, 350 is fine. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The final order on this one.
I know this is the final order.
Okay, this is 350 as well.
This is for an extension of time.
Yes, extension of time,
Okay, but
60 days.
you want to,
I can fix it with,
okay, you want to fix it?
you need to sign it.
Yeah, okay. All right.
This is the next case. That's the last one.
Amended, all right, got you. All right.
Next case on the agenda is section 9.3, case number 9226, Code Officer Gene Gusson for the town of Pembroke Park. Case number 9226, Meat Bar Holding LLC, site address 2546 Southwest 30th Avenue. Affidavit of service was posted to the property on August 22nd, 2024, and posted on Town Hall on September 4th, 2024. Is the town motion to grant 60 days extension.
Okay.
And that was 250. extension.
9226, all right. Amended final, or the key words amended, you know. If, in the prior one, if you just want to write, you don't have to do it over again.
We don't have to do over again.
I know.
I can just write amended
You
and
ju-
print out the first page.
Okay, but you're not gonna type it over again.
Yes.
If you want her to, okay, because she wrote amended to add to the final order, and that's good enough.
Oh, you just print the first page, right?
That's what I'm trying to explain.
Okay. Okay, whatever it is.
All right. Okay.
Okay, we're on amended, and what was that again? 9226,
Yes, 9226, 60 days.
60 days, and how much per day?
250.
Okay, I'll do an amended final order within 60 days, 250 per day thereafter. Okay, thank you.
Next case on the agenda is section 9.4, case number 9484, Code Officer Gene Gusson for the town of Pembroke Park. Case number 9484, property owner Meat Bar Holding LLC, site address 2540 Southwest 30th Avenue. The notice of hearing to confirm, hearing to extend time was posted on property on August 22nd, 2024, and Town Hall on September 4th, 2024. Is a town motion to grant 60 days extension.
Okay, and how much per day?
350.
350. Meat, okay. I can just write amended.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Yeah, that's it.
you can initial it, but you don't need to do it over again.
And that concludes all my cases.
Good. All right. Yo, yes, there you go.
All right, Mr. Magistrate, next case is on section 10.1 on the agenda.
Yeah.
Case 6132. It is the town's motion to vacate the order due to lack of evidentiary support from former code officer Malcolm. So we're gonna vacate this order.
Okay, you just want me to vacate it. All right. Oh, this is an old one, 2022, not really old, but. So was there compliance here, or?
It's a lack of evidentiary support.
Okay.
There was no compliance to be met on
Okay.
things that there was no evidence that there was work without permit.
Okay, I'll go ahead and vacate it. Vacating a final order, I just signed off on that, vacating the order of November 16th, 2022. All right, very good. Okay, any,
6.1 and 6.2? Oh, why I don't have, it's on that one. Yep, they're removed. Oh, they're removed.
okay, any other business except for the two orders that I need to sign off on? Okay.
No.
Okay, we'll adjourn unless there's any comments from anyone, and from the audience as well, so, okay. It's a little after 11, that's okay.
Adjourn at 11:01.
It's okay, I'll be here, relax. It's okay, that's all right, that's okay.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. The, just for